It's the battle of the early 2000s rock bands, CKY versus Alien Ant Farm. The two bands, of course, have been on tour together these last few weeks, celebrating 25 years of their debut albums. For Alien Ant Farm, that would be Greatest Hits. And then for CKY, it's Volume 1. And CKY also just finished a U.S. leg of their 25th anniversary tour with Crowbot. And both CKY and Alien Ant Farm had another batch of co-headline dates set for February of 2025 over in Australia and New Zealand. But now it looks like all of the co-headlining between the two bands has come to a halt, as according to Alien Ant Farm vocalist Dryden Mitchell, he was punched in the face on Saturday by CKY singer Chad Ginsburg. So now CKY has been kicked off of the current tour over in the UK, with the Alien Ant Farm singer Dryden Mitchell releasing a lengthy statement on his Instagram, which reads, "Sadly, Chad from CKY hasn't figured out how to cohabitate with others after all these years. They will no longer be on the Alien Ant Farm tour through the rest of the UK shows after Chad punched me in the face earlier today. I've watched him treat multiple crew members and opening band members like trash through the Europe shows and cause general drama around our camp. Before the last Europe shows, I went to Chad and asked if he had any issues with anyone specifically and if he wanted to have a meeting with the whole crew and bands to discuss what's going on. He upended the table in the dressing room and threw his phone and then canceled their show. Today, we still had business things to square away, and I told his manager what a problem Chad was being verbally, as well as fucking up the bus with all of his messes every day for other people to clean up. Well, he punched me in the face and pretty much ran away like I imagine he'll do for all of his future problems. I'm grateful for my sobriety and grateful that I didn't retaliate physically in any way whatsoever. I would love these shows to continue and apologize to all the CKY fans for Chad's behavior. We have zero hard feelings for Jess and Elvis in CKY and are gutted to see them go, but I will never knowingly put myself in volatile situations, so this had to end. After suffering a C1 and C2 fusion spinal fracture from a bus crash years ago, I hope that everything is okay in that area. Shows will continue without CKY, and we hope everyone still wants to come enjoy positive evenings with us, including CKY fans. If you don't, we understand, and refunds will be issued accordingly. Stay safe, everybody. And Chad, go to the gym. After that, find a therapist, and maybe in 25 years, we can shake hands. Until then, though, get help. Love, Dryden." So I guess, like the statement says, for the remainder of this current UK tour, the next 3 weeks or so, it's just going to be Alien Ant Farm. And, I guess out of this entire situation, I don't know. I guess, I don't know the whole story, but I kind of feel bad for Jess Margera because it always seems like that guy is just connected to drama where he never, at least publicly, appears to be the one causing the issues. But, I imagine his life has to be so crazy when you look at his brother Bam, or now the situation with Chad. Of course, CKY has always had a certain level of dysfunction, especially between Chad Ginsburg and Deron Miller. Deron, of course, is no longer in the band, but, Deron, to me, and I think a lot of people, is CKY. Deron Miller is the guy that wrote a majority of the songs. He was the singer. He played guitar. So, I don't know. I guess since Deron has been out of CKY, which I don't know the exact timeline, I think maybe these last 10 years or so, I mean, it's really not been quite the same. And truthfully, Deron has his own band called 96 Bitter Beings, which, I kind of know Deron, and I think I've told him this. I always felt like that name kind of makes it sound like a CKY tribute band. But my opinion, if you want to see the real CKY, it is Deron Miller and 96 Bitter Beings. I mean, he wrote, again, like I said, he wrote the songs for the band. So I guess it always kind of bummed me out that CKY gets all these opportunities, and Deron Miller, since he's been out of the band, he hasn't really gotten any of those opportunities. And I get it. He doesn't have the name CKY. And the name CKY, has more name recognition and holds more weight than the name Deron Miller or 96 Bitter Beings or whatever. But I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Not enough attention to 96 Bitter Beings. But either way, we're here to talk about CKY and Alien Ant Farm. That's what's happening with that right now. So if you're over in the UK, it's only going to be Alien Ant Farm. And as far as that Australian tour in February goes, who knows? Maybe they'll get 96 Bitter Beings with Deron Miller. Who knows? But That's all I got for you right now. Thanks so much for hanging out. Feel free to drop a like and subscribe below if you feel like it, and I will see you next time.